Welcome to Chow Chow, an online weekly show interviewing the personalities behind Florida's food scene. On today's episode, we'll be speaking with Michael Schwartz, James Beard Award winner and executive chef of 150 Central Park, here on Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas. So, Michael, what are we drinking today?
Bollinger, of course.
Bollinger, nothing but the best.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
You know, I want to first start off by saying how excited I am to be interviewing you. Finally, yes, huge fan. We've interviewed Ryan Goodspeed.
Excellent.
And we will be interviewing Matthew Hinckley.
Correct.
For Harry's Pizza. So
Terrific.
We're excited about that. And today we're on Royal Caribbean's Oasis of the Seas, and we're at 150 Central Park. Explain why we're here today.
Well, today we're launching new menus here at 150 Central Park with a feature and focus on local farms and local farm products. So we're working particularly for this sailing with Swank Farms, one of our favorite farmers, but very excited at this concept and the opportunity to introduce farm fresh product on a fantastic ship and in a spectacular restaurant like 150.
It's definitely spectacular. Now, what are some of the challenges that you face? Because your whole concept is farm to table, so there have to be some challenges on a cruise ship.
Yep. There's many challenges, but again, for us, we're excited at the opportunity and the willingness, I think, for a company like Royal Caribbean to embrace this notion of bringing this fresh product on board. Now, of course, you could say, well, all produce is grown at a farm, but these are very specific, small family farms that we work with very often at Michael's Genuine. And so, the concept at Michael's Genuine is to embrace the product. The menu is all about the ingredients. We change the menu often. So the challenges here are that, so we're at sea for a week. So I think that, the whole supply chain and that procedure and that process of how it happens and where they buy product is what we're really trying to work with them on. Right. And challenges including cooking without fire. So, certain things that we do, we need to do differently. But I think just the general concept of bringing that product on board and really reaching a whole new audience that might not be exposed to farm-to-table cuisine or necessarily about my cuisine and my philosophy. So many challenges, but many rewards.
Definitely rewards. Yeah. And how do you maintain that quality control? I mean, obviously ships go out for a week, so you buy for that much, that period of time.
Correct.
Do you have somebody from your staff here?
Yep. Yes and yes. Okay. So we hand-selected somebody from the Michael's Genuine staff that's here on board that will be here on a day-to-day basis executing the menus and the philosophy and sort of the concept. And then particularly with the farm product, we know that product that is local and grown on a small scale farm is fresher. So the shelf life is longer. And particularly with Swank Farms, who we're dealing with right now, they send us their product alive. So everything's on the plugs that it's grown in. Wow. So to extend the shelf life even further. But, we know the product that's going to come on board today was just picked just a couple days ago.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It is really, really cool. And you're going to be you're switching up farms, right? It's starting with Swank now, and that could change?
I don't think so much switching up as adding other farms.
Adding others.
So as we progress and we learn the system and the lay of the land and the procedure about getting product on board and how that all happens, we'll change the menu seasonally. So in a couple of months, we'll change the menus and incorporate a couple other farms. And hopefully, so by the end of a 6 or 8 or 10 month period, there'll be 2 or 3 or more farms incorporated into this menu. And then the idea or the hope is for this product in this specialty restaurant on board to be utilized in other specialty restaurants on board as well. So then one restaurant, several restaurants on one ship, then maybe several ships, and then sky's the limit.
You answered like 2 of my questions in one. So that was perfect. No, that's good. That's good. Give us a sample of some of the menu items.
Well, the first course for the first menu is really a celebration of Swank Farm. So the baby beets that are roasted and marinated, there's beautiful radishes that are pickled, some fresh arugula, and then we make ricotta cheese with organic milk. So it's just really a kind of a baseline of the cheese with some of the beets and the pickled radishes and the arugula with lots of olive oil from our friends at Lucchini. And boom, a little bit of grilled bread, and that's a really elegant,
starter.
Beautiful, fresh, vibrant. Yep.
Definitely, I got to taste it beforehand, so I was lucky enough.
Yeah, good.
And what are some of the other items?
Well, we're working with some, for instance, short rib from Harris Ranch.
Okay.
And so that's a signature dish that's on the menu at Michael's Genuine and also in the cookbook, Michael's Genuine Food. And those short ribs are rubbed and slow roasted and then grilled, and we're doing that with romesco sauce. So it's a little bit of a combination of things that are fresh from the farm and that inspiration, things from Michael's Genuine in general, and then more specifically some recipes that are in the cookbook.
Definitely. Now, we talked a little bit about the menu changing. So is it, I guess, a seasonal thing? Is that how it'll happen, or we don't really know right now?
Well, it's interesting because, as you know, the seasons for us in Miami are turned upside down.
Oh, yes.
So I think it's always kind of a balance by trying to achieve that notion of what seasons are in most of the country. So we try to incorporate some traditional, for instance, fall flavors. We're in fall right now.
Right.
But in Miami, we're just gearing up for the height of our growing season. So it's kind of this contrast. So each menu will have a little bit of inspiration from what is a typical season, winter, spring, summer, or fall, and then also incorporating some of what's locally in season at that time.
What about destinations? Is it anything?
Destinations is something that we want to tackle, and I think eventually, our hopes are that we could, as we reach destinations on the ship, tap into some of their local resources and bring them aboard. So I think, there's a lot of ideas and a lot at play. So we're kind of baby steps at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's a lot of potential.
So last question for you. You've got Michael's Genuine in the Design District, Cayman Islands.
Yep.
Harry's Pizza.
Yep.
Now we're here. What's next for you? Oh, you've got your cookbook also.
Cookbook.
So what's next for you?
Couple things, because I have lots of extra time.
Okay.
So we recently took over the food and beverage operations at the Raleigh Hotel on South Beach, the iconic Raleigh, and we're excited to kind of finally offer that property the level of food and service and hospitality that it deserves, and it's a fantastic property. So there's that, and then there's a television show in the pipeline with PBS called The Local Table. Not surprisingly, focusing on small farms and artisan products and bringing that sort of connection together between several farms in a region of the United States. So
very cool. We'll be looking forward to both of those.
Yep, as I am.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
We always cheers at the end. We didn't take a sip in the beginning, but thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. That's awesome. I love it. I love that you guys came, and I hope that you can go around now,
well,
right?
now I can relax.
Okay, go check it
My
out.
armpits are not sweating as much. So
All right.